What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a great day, and welcome back to the Stock Advantage. My name is Darren, and my goal is to help you beat the market by giving you news and information related to stocks that you can use to help make you money. If you find any value to this video, all I ask is that you leave a like on the video and subscribe to this channel just to show your support. Today we're going to talk about 4 EV stocks, but we're going to hit them from a different angle, and I know one of these you've probably never even heard of before. EVs are all the rage, and that's rightly so. At least if you look at the future of transportation, electric vehicles play a huge part in that. And unless you've been hiding under a rock, any stock that is an EV manufacturer has just been blowing up. You've got Tesla, you've got NIO, you've got Hyliion, XPEV, Lee, Nikola. It's a piece of trash. Workhorse. I mean, there are tons of these stocks that have just been blowing up over the last year. They've taken the market by storm, some of them going up thousands of percent. A few of them have had their fall back down to earth, but some are still holding strong. As far as the main EV stocks, there's still plenty of opportunity inside of each of those if you catch them in a good dip. But a lot of the 1,000% runners for Tesla, I don't anticipate it's going to go 1,000% again. But hey, who knows? It's Tesla, right? To the moon or Mars or whatever they say. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at it a little differently. Rather than look at the EV manufacturers, we're going to look at opportunities that span across all EVs and apply to all of them. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so for these stocks, I'm not going to go into major depth and dig into the financials and all of the background information. I'm going to leave that for you guys to do more of your due diligence with. I'm just going to present these 4 stocks, give a brief summary of them, kind of what's been going on with them and what I see going forward. The first one is Vale, V-A-L-E. This is a mining company. Actually, they're the world's largest producer of iron ore, pellets, and nickel, right? So how does that tie into EV stocks? Well, you got to have nickel to make batteries. And so, if you're looking at EV cars, what suppliers do they need in order to make them successful, right? The more cars they make, the more batteries they make, the more nickel they're going to need. So Vale is the largest manufacturer or producer of nickel in the world. I found a stat that says the global demand for nickel to be used in electric batteries only amounted to 60,000 metric tons in 2018. This number is expected to increase by tenfold or more by 2025 to some 665,000 tons worldwide. A shift in the automotive industry towards the electrification is driving this rapid growth. And so any company that mines nickel, they have that potential for that major growth as well. Currently, Vale is sitting at $17 per share. The growth, so it has caught a little bit of the EV wave. It's up 50% in the last 3 months. They were rumored to have a deal with Tesla. I haven't heard the confirmation on that. So Vale has had a great run over the last 3 months, but there's still more opportunity out there. JP Morgan, HSBC, and Deutsche Bank all boosted their target prices at the end of last year, right? So they believe in Vale. They see what's going on, and they see that opportunity moving forward. They did keep it rather conservative at this point. They kept the price targets between $19 and $25 per share, which doesn't sound like major growth, but that's another 10 to 60%, depending on which one you go with. I'm leaning more towards the 60%, and now this is not a this week play, right? Unless they announce some major partnership. Next up is a fairly popular stock that recently has had some pretty crazy runs. It is a SPAC, right? So a SPAC is a special purpose acquisition company, and it's called SBE, right? That one shouldn't be the first time you hear it. It's been pretty popular the last few months. They are merging with ChargePoint, right? And so if you look at ChargePoint is, if I'm not mistaken, the largest. They have the largest market share for electric vehicle charging stations in the United States, right? So as the EV sector grows, what has to grow with it, right? The infrastructure. and ChargePoint right now has a monopoly on that. The problem with SBE and ChargePoint at this stage, pre-merger, is that it's doing what most SPACs have been doing lately, which pre-merger they run up like crazy. In the last 3 months, it's gone up 155%. The first time I saw it, it was about $18 a share, and then before you know it, it was hitting 40. And it's had a couple bumps up and down 20% either way. It topped out at about 46, and currently it's sitting at about $39 a share. And the merger is set for February 11th at this point. And so if it acts like most SPACs do, you can anticipate a run up to merger, and it may get back to that $45 to $50 range pre-merger. But I myself would not hold through merger on this one, right? So if you already own the stock, that's great. I would hold it and sell it before merger. If you see if you can get a one more good spike out of it up to the mid to upper 40s, but then I would sell it because there is numerous SPACs out there that post merger, people look at it and they're like, "Wow, this is a real company. What's the valuation?" Right? So SBE's valuation currently with ChargePoint is way overvalued. So I anticipate a major pullback after the merger. And I couldn't even tell you how far it's going to pull back. I mean, you had stocks like Hyliion after it merged. It was up to $50, and then it pulled all the way back to lows of 15. So I don't know that SBE will go that low, or ChargePoint, which is what it's going to be called. But I do anticipate a drop. And for myself, I believe that is one of the long-term plays in the EV space that I'll be making. But I'm going to wait post-merger. I've got some shares, but I'm going to get rid of those. And then I'm going to wait post-merger until I get a good dip. And then I'm going to add that to my long-term portfolio, and we're going to go from there. Again, that's just what I'm doing. I'm not recommending that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you some information related to this. Okay, next up is one that you probably have never heard of. And the name of the company is Glencore. Okay, so they are another mining company similar to Vail, whereas Vail was the number one producer of nickel. Glencore is the number 3. They are a Swiss company, and so their main stock is actually exchanged on the London stock market, I believe. But they do have on the stock exchange, they do have a stock. The ticker symbol for it is GLNCY. Currently, their stock price is about $7 per share. They've gone up also 64% in the last 3 months. So they've kind of ridden that wave a little bit, but there's still a lot of potential there. So with any of these companies, you're going to see the growth just based off of the requirement, right? There's going to be more demand for the metals that they mine. And so you are going to see a boost in sales and production from these kind of companies, and I anticipate that fully. Where you're going to get your big pops, your 2 and 3X pops, are going to be whenever they sign maybe some exclusive deals with Tesla or with another EV manufacturer, or they sign a big partnership or something like that. That's where you're going to get the big bumps. And I can't say when that's going to be, but I believe this is another stock that it's valued low enough right now, and it kind of falls into the good deal category. It does have some price targets that show some increase. Again, the big banks are coming in, they're realizing what's going on, and they are giving it conservative valuations. But at the same time, they see the growth, right? So they keep boosting their targets on it. So, okay, last up is QuantumScape. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, QuantumScape, QS. The pump and dump of the century, pretty much. Back in November and December, if anybody's familiar with it, the stock actually went public, I believe, in August, September timeframe. It kind of hung out around the $12, $14 range, got up to the 20, hung around 20, and then all of a sudden in November, it freaked out. Within a couple weeks, it went all the way up to $140 a share. And since then, it has fallen off a cliff multiple times. So it's back down now to around $47 per share. The big thing with them is they are a company who claims to have the solid state lithium battery. right? So whereas Tesla are currently using lithium ion batteries, and that's what most battery manufacturers are using, um, QuantumScape has a solid state lithium battery, which, as you can see by these numbers, they're supposed to be more efficient, stronger, better. Um, and QuantumScape is actually owned by Volkswagen, right? So they've got pretty solid backing from a car company who's known to kind of move into the next level and to only deal in high quality, high success rate activities besides their diesel emissions. But we won't talk about that. As far as what I see happening with this one, I will give it a big warning, because if you look at the chart, it just keeps falling, and it's yet to find a bottom. It's still up over 240% in the last 3 months. So it's not like it's hit rock bottom and there's nowhere to go but up. It can still go down. It can still go down a lot. But I'm a firm believer in it, and I think that that battery is, it's has a lot of claims for quick charge, for efficiency, cost, and all those kind of things. So I think that is a viable solution in the future. But as far as the opportunity goes, I'm going to wait until that stock not only hits a bottom, but I want to see it start to make higher highs, right? I want to see it start to recover, start to have some positive news, some catalysts coming out. Yeah, that means you're going to miss some of the run up, but I would rather miss a little bit of the run than be caught holding the bag all the way down until, it bottoms out at 20 or 30 or 15 or 5 or whatever it is. So you want to make sure that we don't get caught like that. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this video. My goal here wasn't to give you 4 stocks that are easy winners, go out and buy. It was more to spark the thought, right? So when you're thinking about these sectors that are blowing up, EV, the cannabis sector, technology in general, one thing you want to look at is not just those companies, right? Don't have tunnel vision on those companies. Look at the other things, right? Look at who supplies them, what they need, how they're going to manufacture or produce their products, what support they need, what other companies are going to be involved, because those are usually lagging behind a little bit, right? So your Tesla is going to go like this, and then, oh wait, we need a battery company. Oh wait, we need, IT infrastructure for our auto driving systems, or whatever they call them. I don't even know what they call them. Autopilot type thing. And so those stocks will also climb. They'll also get pulled up. But sometimes you have a little bit of time there, and they have a little bit of lag. Normal investors may not be looking that far out, right? They're just looking at Tesla, right? Look beyond that. Look at who supplies them. Look at the components they're going to need in order to succeed in the future, because they're going to need those volumes. Those volumes lead to profit for other companies, and you want to own part of those companies as well. As always, this is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I don't recommend you do anything that I do directly here. I'm just giving you some information so that you can take it and begin your own due diligence journey for each of these stocks, or whatever stocks you choose to do. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to stay up to date with new videos, and make sure that you keep your stock advantage. Have a great day, and God bless.